Back speaking with Greg Miles this morning from Caspin Resources on JustStocks. Greg, morning.
Good morning to you, Andrew.
Yeah, look, significant development this week, Greg, for the Yarawindah Brook projects. The identification here of 2 new conductors at the Brassica shear zone. Tell us a bit about how these were discovered, what the potential implications might be.
Yeah, Andrew, look, the Brassica Prospect is something we've been working on for quite some time. Probably not as much as we would have liked. Most of the work we've been doing at Yarawindah has been focused on Cerridella, further to the north. A lot of effort in there, and Brassica sort of got put to the side to some extent, but we've always recognised the potential. I mean, it's the most direct comparison lookalike prospect to Chalice's Gonneville project 40 kilometres down the road. So the guys have been out doing a lot of field reconnaissance and mapping and been slowly putting together this geological story, recognising some historical drill results, admittedly just shallow RAB drilling, were also mineralised. And so we put together this story that was quite compelling. It looks like a great setting for a massive sulphide hosting intrusion. So the next step, it's a large area, and so the next logical step was to do a moving loop survey over the top of that, and just to narrow down the drill target, if you like. And sure enough, it's come up with 2 excellent looking conductors, and it's not just 2 conductors; it's where they sit in that picture, in that geological picture. So on this sort of lithological contacts, which could be either sort of a basinal contact or it could be shear hosting. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It's exactly where you'd want to see those sort of conductors. So we're pretty excited by it.
So, Greg, following on from the identification here of these conductors, what's the follow-up plan? What would be the next steps?
Well, quite simply, just to go and drill it. I guess what we're sort of working through now is working out the best way to approach that. And look, we've been upfront about the fact that we've made an application for the WA government EIS funding to co-fund to drill these targets, and I think it sort of makes sense just to wait and see if we can get that funding, because as you and the rest of the investor world knows, it's a tough market out there at the moment. We've got to make our dollars go as far as possible. I think they're 2 great conductors, but they're about 200 meters deep. So it's it's a reasonable sort of exercise, sort of 2 drill holes. So if we can do something to help minimise the risk, and that's really what exploration is about, minimising the risk as you go through these sort of processes, then we'll take those steps. But yeah, they're 2 conductors that need a drill hole. It's just a matter of when.
Well, Greg, given it has been a little while since you and I last spoke on video, what's the latest as far as Mount Squires? Where did that project get to?
So it's really so we're wrapping up the summer season at Yarawindah. This is the best time of year to be exploring out there. Mount Squires, it's challenging out there, and there's been a lot of rain through central Australia. Great Central Road's been closed for a long time. We're sort of in the process of developing our plans for the summer season, for the winter season there, and that's something that'll happen sort of around mid-year.
I suppose, given the current market conditions, Greg, is it fair to say you're digging your heels in and standing firm on nickel?
Well, yes and no, Andrew. We're first and foremost an exploration company, and so we are into anything that we can exploit an opportunity on. But you also have to stick to your strengths and what where your best prospects lie. And at the moment, I think Yarawindah is still a Nickel-Copper-PGE project with some great potential. And look, I don't sure, the nickel market's been beaten up a bit in recent times, but I think what's sort of been lost in the conversation is that what's missing is brand new nickel discoveries. And you don't have to go back too far in history. Sirius's Nova discovery 2012 was a fantastic discovery in a down market. So any kind of exploration discovery transcends the current market sentiment at the time, and that's what we're about. We think that we can offer shareholders a windfall opportunity in any conditions. It's difficult, and you got to manage a lot more risks. but you've got to still keep rolling the dice. So at Yarawindah, we're going to still keep looking for those sort of higher grade, preferably near surface nickel-copper-PGE opportunities. We think there's still potential for lithium. Lithium's another commodity that's been beaten up, but you know, I keep telling people all the time, you know, the Greenbushes surely isn't the only big lithium deposit in the southwest. So, you know, we keep an open mind on those sort of opportunities as well. And then also, you know, similarly out at Mount Squires, fantastic nickel copper exploration potential, not to mention gold and of course the rare earths out there as well. So look, we're out there to give our shareholders a windfall discovery, and however it comes, that's what we'll try and do.
Great to speak on JustStocks, Greg. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Andrew. Good on you.